In this video, we're going to go over our new integration with QuickBooks, where Paw Partner will send payment register transactions directly over into the QuickBooks system. You will need to have QuickBooks online for this integration to work. And before you integrate with QuickBooks, Paw Partner staff will need to enable that into your settings so that we can go over some of the parameters with you. Before we get started, when you do get it set up with your Paw Partner staff, they will go over this with you, but you will need to set up an account for Paw Partner deposits and Paw Partner refunds. You can do those in the same accounts or in different accounts. To do that, if you're in your overview here for your QuickBooks integration, this is your QuickBooks Online. We're going to go into Accounting, Chart of Accounts, and then these are your list of accounts here. If you don't do anything, then your deposits will get deposited into your first account that is either a bank account or an other current asset account. So like an other current asset account here, or if you have a bank account, your first one of those on the list will have your deposits in. Your refunds in Paw Partner will not go into QuickBooks unless you've designated one of your accounts as a Paw Partner refund account. So you can take one of these accounts, and if you go into, oops, I click View Register. I want to click on the arrow and do Edit. In the Edit, the description is where you're going to put either Paw Partner refund and deposit if you want both of them in there, or if you want just refunds in this account and deposits in another one, you can do that. I'm going to do both of them in the same one. So I'm just going to do Paw Partner refund and Paw Partner deposit in the same one. It's very important that you have these words in here. Capitalization is fine, or you can keep it lowercase, however you want, but the words Paw Partner refund or Paw Partner deposit need to be on accounts so that we can, when we send the transaction over, we know where to go. If you don't have an account with Paw Partner refund on it, then refunds will not work in your integration with QuickBooks. So I'm going to save and close that one. That one has now been updated with Paw Partner refunds and deposits. So when we do transactions in Paw Partner, all of those will go into this account right here that's uncategorized assets. If you want to do a new account, you can just do a new account, and then in the description again, this is the field where you put Paw Partner deposit or Paw Partner refund or Paw Partner refund and deposit, however you want to do that. So that's before you get everything set up. That's how you get your stuff set up, and our staff will go over that with you when we do the integrations with you. So when we go back over to our dashboard, we have it all integrated. I'm going to hop over into Paw Partner and I'll do a checkout. One of the really important things to note is that the only transactions that will go into QuickBooks are transactions where money is actually collected. So if you do, say, a half day of daycare and it's a credit with package credits, and if I press continue and I use package credit, zero money is collected, so this transaction will not go into QuickBooks. So if I go back over to QuickBooks and I go into sales, all sales, these are all previous from 8/20 and before. You'll see today is 8/23, and we have no transaction from that transaction because no money was actually collected. So when I refresh my screen, again, that transaction did not come in because no money was collected. Hopping back over into Paw Partner, if I do collect actual money, so I'm going to go in and check out again. This time I'm going to do agility training, and we have $100 due. So I'm going to go ahead and press, I'm going to use my saved card online, and we're going to take a $100 payment for agility training for that. Since money was collected, when we go over to QuickBooks, again, we're in sales, and I did all sales for this one. You can do overview, however you want to do. I just did all sales. When I refresh my screen, you'll see that that transaction that I just ran for $100 agility training was paid $100, and this transaction is now in QuickBooks. We click into it, then we can see the details of that transaction. Agility service or agility training with Austin Thielen, that's the trainer. The customer was Austin Thielen, and the sales receipt date is here, and we have the amounts and everything like that. You are also able to have your tax. That was not a taxable item, so all the taxes and everything are in there. So that is all within QuickBooks. So if I go back to my all sales here, you'll see that this transaction did come right into QuickBooks. Now again, if I go into my payments, into the payment register, you'll see the payment register, we had that $100 transaction we just did. If I go and refund the entire thing, because I just did it, you're not able to do refunds until it batches. So if you do partial refunds, you have to wait the next day. But since I'm going to do a full refund, you'll see now I'm going to do this full refund, and I'm just going to do test. When I process that refund has now been processed. We have that $100 refund there. If I go back over into my QuickBooks and I refresh my screen, you'll see that that refund has now flowed right into QuickBooks, and we have that $100 refund right here from that same account. When we click into there, we can see the details of this refund, and it has been refunded. Going back over to Paw Partner, if we, let's do another transaction, and we're gonna do a package credit. So we have the package credit. Again, if I just check out with $0 due with a package credit, then the transaction does not go into QuickBooks. If I say add a groom, now I have the package credit and I do have a balance due, so we are collecting money. If you're collecting money, then it does go into QuickBooks. If you're not collecting money, then it does not go into QuickBooks. So we're gonna press continue, and I'm gonna do cash on this transaction. You'll see that I have the half day of daycare, the half day of daycare credit, and the grooming that we did there. We received $50 in cash, and we're going to press continue. Go back over into our QuickBooks. You'll see that when we refresh our screen, that transaction has now flowed into QuickBooks, and we've gotten $50 paid from that ticket. And when we go into the details, it does show the package and the package credit. So it does show that we had a package credit and a package, and we collected $50 for a cat groom performed by Katie Hall. From here, you can also deposit it into different accounts if you want to do different accounts, or you can just do your one that you set up here at the beginning of this video. Going back over into all sales, again, this is the transaction that we just did for $50. If I go into the payment register, and if I delete this payment out of Paw Partner, it will also delete that payment out of QuickBooks. So we're going to go ahead and delete this and delete it into our recycle bin. Now when we go into QuickBooks, you'll see that the transaction, since we deleted it in Paw Partner, is now deleted in our QuickBooks, and now that $50 payment and that transaction was deleted out of QuickBooks. Similarly, if we go in and check out and we modify a payment, it will also get modified into QuickBooks as well. So I'm going to do another payment here for Nami, and we'll do just another cat groom. We'll do cash here and press continue. Again, when we go into QuickBooks and we refresh our screen, that transaction got automatically flowed into QuickBooks. So you'll see we have QuickBooks here, that $50 payment. We go back into Paw Partner and we go to the transaction. And if I modify the transaction, you're going to see that I modify it from 50 down to 40, and we save the changes there. That transaction has now been modified to 40. If we go into QuickBooks with our integration, that once we refresh our screen, that transaction has now been modified from 50 into 40. So when you make or modify a transaction in Paw Partner, it goes directly into QuickBooks as long as the transaction collected or refunded or modified money. So if money was transacted in the transaction, then it did go into QuickBooks. If it's where you just use prepaid credit or a package credit and no money was transacted for that transaction, then it does not go into QuickBooks. So this is our QuickBooks integration, and please contact us if you want to get this set up with your business, and we can go over some of the ins and outs and all that goes along with our QuickBooks integration. All right, let us know if you have any questions.